Hi there. Okay, so with my saline tattoo removal, there's a lot of development in the last day or so. So I want to just start with that, and then I'm going to go on to talking a little bit more about why I'm inspired to do this around the beauty myth and working towards having more and more of the natural state occurring in my life. So I'll just start with the scabbing process here. You can see, I'm not supposed to touch it, but it's really coming off there. And I feel like it's almost finished on this side, just a little bit left. So once all of this scab and stuff falls off, then I have to start applying vitamin E 3 to 4 times a day. So I'm looking at that. That's a lot of work. Anyway, but the process I'm going through is really important to me, and I'll get into this in a moment. But I think what happened is that the sex date I had last night um, really kind of, again, maybe roughed things up a bit. So I hope I didn't prematurely have the scabs come off, because that's a really important part of the process. So no touching, no, I know I just touched it. No touching, no itching, no pulling the scabs off, no trying to encourage or anything with the scabbing. You have to just leave it alone and keep it as dry as possible. So I think I've been pretty successful at that. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about my natural state. So I have been working really hard to return to that. So I used to have really long pointy fingernails, by the way, like super, super long. Let me see. Yeah, like super long and pointy. And they're very dramatic. And I've been doing my nails for I don't know, on and off for 20 years. I'm 51 today, and so, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. I could have gone to Mexico both those years, kind of thing, kind of had some much better things to do with my money, but I've always felt really insecure about my nails, never really liked the natural nails. However, I need to learn to have more love for myself and just get back to that. So unfortunately I got tattooed. I mean, it was an epic fail. I was just trying to get some microblading done. So that was super upsetting, and I do feel like I want to sue the person that did this, because she was incompetent and should have stopped when all the bleeding was happening and things like that. I had no idea what was going on. Anyway, so this is part of it, is I wanted to just get my eyebrows to more of like what my real color is. And then also, the nails. So I'm talking about the nails, the color of my eyebrows. I've been tinting my eyelashes forever, so they're very, very blonde. So I'm going to stop the tinting as well. I also have a lot of whiskers, and I don't know if you can see, got quite a crop happening here. And I've always, like, because I'm aging, this is just part of it. And I think most women will start to get these more rough and longer, stiffer hairs. And that's just part of the aging process. But I need to just accept my aging gracefully. And being in a marriage, I feel like I've really felt very pressured to be even more like in a good aesthetic. Not just because he's 5 years younger than me, but I feel like keeping things exciting. I'm a sex educator and sex coach. I'm always trying to be new, I understand all that stuff about men and how they really need things to be like kind of new and different. So, I mean, I guess that's a bit of the gender myth. There's lots of myth. I mean, there's myth about success and money, and we live by these things, and we kind of get, how we think, how we feel, how we act, it affects our lives in a negative way. Sometimes we fight against it. And so like for power, money, that kind of thing, we end up saying, well, I don't want to have money. The success, that kind of success is something that, I think it's not right or something. So people do a lot of, maybe negative things to their lives because these myths that we get, which is generally from our childhood. Anyway, so my husband and I have been fighting a lot. It's been one of the worst years of our marriage. We're in our 10th year. And I just thought, you know what, screw it. I'm getting my hair cut. He wanted to have it grow long, so I've been growing it super long for him. But usually I got a shag. I've got a shorter hair, big bangs, and just like shorter sort of shag. So I'm going to go back to that as well, like the kind of haircut I want to have. because I just felt like, you know what, I'm doing too much to, like, I'm wrapping myself around myself in a pretzel because I'm trying to, keep the marriage warm, and try to encourage my husband to have more sex because, he's one of those people who needs like the moon and the stars to all be aligned, kind of that feminine sexual energy. So so I'm doing too much for that. I'm worried about it too much, and the ageism is part of that pressure. You see